Oh yeah, what's up, Sports-A-Delic? He's back by popular demand. We got Martin with over that live wire sports coming at us from the Washington State area. Don't get it twisted. Not the Washington D.C. Although he got love up there in D.C. Hey, we're gonna talk to Deshaun Watson because he has completely changed the NFL quarterback for the black man forever. We're going to recap Don Staley. She got her second championship. And then
Yes.
can Hubert Davis, can Hubert Davis in his first year make it happen? Can we possibly have a black national championship in women's collegiate basketball at the same time a black man? Can it happen? We're going to find out. Come on over here in the studio. There he is, live wire. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good over here. We got a nice spring day jumping off. The mornings start out a little nippy. The
Yeah.
evenings still get a little nippy, but I'll take a little nip.
Oh yeah. Well, it's almost noon over here, so still early over here on this side of town.
Yeah, I know. I threw you off when I gave you the time because
Yeah,
I
I
was
had
just
to
like,
I had to recalculate that. I was like, hold up, I'm throwing off. I'm
yeah, I was
fumbling the
like,
ball over here.
that's why I was like, you talking about your time? What? That's why I was like, okay, just give me a time, man.
Yeah. So
Now,
definitely.
um, I want to just go ahead and get this Watson piece out of the way because there's a piece
Okay.
of me that's absolutely tired of talking about it, and then there's that other piece of me that I think is necessary that I put some of this out here. Now, I
Agreed.
hit you up and I said, hey, look, the bottom line is this: what's not being talked about is what this contract has actually done to the NFL owners'
Oh
psyche
yeah.
and what it really means for the top elite quarterbacks, especially African American.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
$230 million guaranteed. That's the highest, most lucrative contract in NFL history. That has changed
Mm-hmm.
it forever. You can't go back.
Mm-mm.
And then we got Brashadi out there, with the Ravens. He's raising all of this hell because he can't believe that the owner for the Browns did this. You know why? You know why? Because he got to now pay Lamar
Oh yeah. He
what
got either.
three hundred and
He got it.
35 million guaranteed.
Yeah, or 250 guaranteed, or 260 guaranteed, 280 guaranteed, whatever it is, he got to pay him guaranteed because Lamar looking at like, look, I ain't taking nothing less, and
Why should
and
he?
Lamar got a case, you know what I'm saying? Because he looking like, hey, well, Deshaun ain't played for over a year. I've been I've been the MVP. We've
More
been in the
Pro Bowls.
playoffs,
Yeah,
more Pro Bowls, and
yeah.
everything. So my argument is valid. Say no knock against Watson, but at the same time, yeah. And then our team was depleted and still made the playoffs last year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he gonna have to come off of that money because the fact of the matter is, Lamar ain't got no. He's working for himself. He ain't got no agent. And if he decide he say he want out, there ain't nothing you could do about it if this man decided to want out because everybody's gonna come to the table for him.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Live wire. Um, let's just be real. I mean, 230 million guaranteed dollars is quite substantial for someone that hasn't brought you a Super Bowl. I mean, I see the argument, definitely,
Yeah, yeah.
but it has changed the game.
But what makes him any different than Josh Allen? What
Well,
makes him? You know what I'm saying? I
well,
mean, let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because if Josh Allen getting that kind of money and he ain't brought no Super Bowl, And he got knocked out 2 years straight by Kansas City. And
Well, sometimes you have the complexion for the protection,
yeah,
and
it's
that's
like
what makes this unique because he's catapulted into that space, and I guess he wasn't supposed to, especially
hmm
coming off of a scandal, right?
hmm
And so now he's out there changing the NFL forever.
changing
Um,
the dynamics.
yes, absolutely, it really has because, like I said, you can't go back,
hmm
and his contract is richer than Patrick Mahomes at
hmm
500 million, 10 years, 500 million. It's still not as rich as 230 right now. So.
Exactly. And and to look excuse me, and to look at the quarterback market for this year and look at the wide receiver market. I mean, this is the most money in both of these positions that
Ever
we have ever seen. and this
made
goes
T.O.
back
made
another.
T.O. come out of retirement to try to get
I
some
know,
of it.
right? T.O. say, "Look, I'm 89 years old. I'm about to get out here on
T.O.
this
said, I
field."
got to come out and get some of this.
I know he looking like, what is really going on?
Yeah.
And then you got to look at it, and that brought it to another conclusion because I did a video on Scary Terry for us. He's going to command money. You know what I'm saying? You cannot, you can't. The only way you do not pay him is you put him on a franchise tag for 2 years, but then you risk losing him. Even if you put him on a franchise tag for 1 year, you risk losing him. And unless you decide to say, hey, you know what, this year we can't afford to pay him, we're going to have to just regroup our wide receiver position over and trade him. But I don't see that happening. But
Well, he
it
done
just
lost his
goes
damn mind if he think he gonna get Devontae Adams money. Now he don't know now McLaurin. Now let's just stop it.
I think he deserved more than Kristen Kirk.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I just don't want him coming out the gate
Yeah.
being ridiculous.
But I believe he worth 20 million a year. You know what I'm saying? I
No, he
mean,
deserves to be paid it
yeah.
quite well. But Devontae Adams
No,
money.
no, 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 no. Devontae is on a whole another different pedestal. Now, if Terry say, "Hey, I take a 3-year deal," and then we look at it and see where we go from there, then I mean, but I think Terry. I don't know. I can't really say, but I want them to do him right. I don't want him to, be able to walk away like we had Trent Williams, Kirk Cousins, and Brandon Sheriff, all of them walking away, and we could at least kept them in the stable. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he's one of the good guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm
And
not saying he's
you know,
not, but I
and look what
understand
he had.
this one.
And look what he had to work with quarterbacks to put up numbers with shabby quarterback play. Imagine if he had one of these elite quarterbacks, he probably would have been up. He probably would have been up there with Devontae Adams and
I
all
don't
of them.
think so because you got to remember Devontae has some other pieces that we don't that makes all of his
Yeah,
shit
that's
work.
true.
Now, I
Yeah, that's
mean,
true
you
too.
got a solid, stellar running game.
Yeah,
It's some other pieces that make it do what it does,
yeah,
and he deserves to be paid well. But I'm tired of seeing Washington overpay and then these cats under deliver
yeah.
because it seems like when we pay them, they really don't deliver then.
Yeah, that's true now.
So
Because
we still have to be positioned to have a whole team.
yeah, kind of meet in the middle. I think Terry will do the right thing. I hope so. I like him. I hate for him to go. He's probably one of my favorites on the team. Besides Chase Mace Young. So, but you just got to look at it for what Deshaun has done right now, what Devontae Adams has done right now, Tyreek moving on. The position of the black NFL player is taking a whole new dynamic in the NFL right now, and it's not just you know it's just how like the NBA players do. They position themselves to make the most money. Now it don't pan out for them all the time because you look at it, they get all of this money, and some of these big name players in the NBA right now is not. They really underperforming for what we used to see them being elite at. You know what I'm saying? So, but definitely Lamar, he deserves his money. Whatever Basadi got to do over there, he better do it because you already extended Jim Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? So to keep Lamar and Jim Harbaugh intact, because I know Jim Harbaugh, he loves Lamar, and he gonna want to keep him there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I mean,
Well,
but
like I said, it can't go backwards.
oh no.
Everything goes up from here for the black QB, the elite. I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
because they're just black they're gonna be getting paid. We know that's not the
Yeah.
case, but it definitely puts a feather in the cap, I think,
Oh yeah,
for
definitely.
those that are achieving. And with Watson, this is how I feel about it. I'm going to speak my last piece about this. Deshaun Watson was out there doing the same thing that Robert Kraft was out there doing,
Mm-hmm.
except for Robert Kraft has billions and he's one of the darling owners of the NFL, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
But when I didn't hear any of this trash coming out of people's mouth when Robert Kraft literally got caught with his pants down, arrested, like he was arrested,
Mm-hmm.
part of a actual, sex trafficking from China all the way to Florida, and he was able to just say, "Oh, I was just here getting an innocent massage at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know what's going on." Charges dropped. We don't hear anything else about it. Now Deshaun Watson, he's out here doing the same thing, and he's a deviant sexual predator. He's this, and he's that. No, he's the same thing Robert Kraft is. He's a man that
Mm-hmm.
has an affinity for some skins. And,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a horny 23, 24, 25, 6 year old. And I'm shocked at some of the comments coming from men. Now if you ain't as good looking, if you ain't, your pockets aren't as deep, you
Yeah.
probably can't understand 25, 30 women. You know,
Exactly.
uh, but when
um.
some of these guys, yeah, I mean, Foxworthy, I mean, he's doing good to have whoever he has because he's certainly not the cat's meow
No.
by any
And
means.
what's the other dude? I kept joning on. Not Jason Whitlock, but the other one that be on ESPN, not Swagoo, but the other one. Played with Tom Brady over there with the Patriots. But anyway, he the
Well, with the
main
cross
one. Right?
eyes,
Yeah, with the cross
yeah,
eyes,
yeah,
looking
like
like Bruce a little bit.
yeah, some of them need to just be grateful and thankful that they have the ones that they do, because they always
Exactly.
be the main ones talking about, oh, I can't understand why you need. Well, they ain't coming at you like that. And yes, it might have
Shoes.
been inappropriate. It might have been wild. It might have been kinky. The bottom line is, why is it okay for these IG chicks to promote their business and services on Instagram, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
okay if people are seeking them out for that service?
Exactly.
You know,
And the thing about it is, on top of that, is that because they, them IG models on Instagram seeking out their business and stuff like that, they know what kind of clientele they're attracting. They know what they want. So once they could get that that certain attraction of that clientele that they're looking for, then it's game on. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna have no regular small Joe hitting them up. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for big bucks, looking for big payday. You know what I'm saying? Especially if business ain't booming like they think it is.
okay, with your ass out though. See here, this is my thing. You got your ass out. You got your breasts laying all out in the camera, but yet you're talking about you selling sandals. I mean, come on, like
Yeah.
sex sells. Men are visual creatures, and there's far too many women that have been able to get away. And yes, I'm saying it as a woman. It's far too many women that have been making false accusation for years and years and years, ruining people's blue and white
Yeah,
collar careers, and there's no damn penalty. They win these damn
exactly.
lawsuits, they get all of this damn money, then the truth comes out later. There's no prosecution, they ain't got to pay back the money, and it's time out for that shit too. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah,
If
because
six,
because of that.
if after 6 hours, after 6 hours, if after 6 hours, not one person, not two people on that damn grand jury said, you know what, there's something going on here, you got to take it for what it is. It's some bullshit, and we ain't falling for
Mm-hmm.
it. That's what I
Exactly.
think. That's what
And
I think.
that's and that's what they mad because the grand jury ruled twice in his favor, and they can't understand it. And
Yeah,
then
they
now
tried to
one of the
crucify
well,
the
one
man
of the
again.
yeah, and then one of the accusers came out talk about they upset with the Browns for Deshaun getting 230 million. I'm like, okay, why are you upset? Because the fact of the matter is that you want a man's career to be ruined by whatever fabrication that you added on into the rest of the situation. The thing about it is, and you already, that goes to show right there that they don't even have a case in the civil suit for if you that upset after he got paid. It should have been like, okay, well, he got paid. Let me go ahead. let me let me see, let me make sure this civil suit goes right so I could get some of that. But it's like the reverse. You mad because you don't have a clear, you don't have clear evidence to stand on because it's some BS.
I don't know, but hey, like I said, just because you if a guy makes a, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If a guy makes a sexual advance and you refute it, it doesn't mean that something criminal has happened unless
Mm-hmm.
he keeps persisting and cornering you, touching you, something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
if you giving him a massage and then he turn around and be like, so what's up with some skins? That doesn't mean that, you know, criminally he's violated you. You just tell him no, you can't
Mm-hmm.
get it. You tell him no, you can't get any skins, and then just keep it moving, get your money. Which notice that nobody was so uncomfortable, so upset, so offended that they didn't get their money for whatever services they perform. Because if
Mm-hmm.
I'm offended, I'm upset, I'm wrapping up. Hey, get your shit, get your little towel, and you need to get your ass out of here. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
And take your money
Or
and everything with you.
if they've been that bad, say, well, hey, he made me do this, and I didn't even get paid for it, blase blase. But whatever he paid, you took the money like it ain't nothing, and then I just it's just sad. It's just really sad of what is being done. Like I say, as us as men, we put ourselves in situations that we shouldn't be,
Chasing the
and
ass.
and at the end of the day, you have to make better, wiser decisions, especially as a young man as Deshaun is. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that for what I have seen of him and have watched him throughout his collegiate career all the way to the NFL, because he's
Tapping
like
Miami's
one of my.
ass.
Hey, we're gonna leave that out. We're gonna leave that out. Hey, hey, producer, edit
That's all it is.
that.
Oh, Deshaun Watson he done tapped so much ass in college, you know, that he done got the tapping ass confused.
Yeah,
Tapping Miami's ass, tapping
hey,
Florida State's ass, tapping
he,
Alabama's ass. Tap, 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 tap,
he,
tap.
he should trademark that. He definitely
That's what
got
it
there
is.
trademark that.
He'd have been tapping
But
so much, you
and then
know.
but
Well, let me
it
ask you this
just
question. Let me ask you this
um
question.
yeah.
Do you believe that these young ladies, few of them, their parents couldn't get them, couldn't force them to eat all their vegetables? Couldn't force them to bring their ass in the house, when I tell you. Couldn't force them to get off their cell phones and go to bed. Now, these are all the things that their parents weren't able to, force them to stop doing.
Mm,
But Deshaun Watson can force them into giving a blowjob. That's what they want us to believe.
exactly.
That Deshaun Watson has more power over them than their parents.
He got mind control over them like Debo.
Right.
So yeah, that's what, because if you look at it, they already know what they already know what they want. They know what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if it's something that ain't to they liking or they to their standard, then they're not gonna go for it. So they go like, okay, you know what? Hey, yeah, I try that. And I never did before, but hey, what the hell? I'd rather not. Well, I don't want peas, but I want corn.
Well,
Well,
bottom
no.
line is, if they could have shook him down, for any more money,
Oh yeah.
the Texans. I'm going on record. The Texans, especially when I found out that this attorney was really good friends with the Texas owner.
Oh
That's
yeah.
when I said, "Oh, the Texans is 1,000% behind this. There are no coincidences. It's not a coincidence that this man asked to be traded, and then all of a sudden he's a sexual deviant." Bottom line,
That.
they're going to uncover it. The truth is going to eventually come out about that. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the silver suit to go by because if they don't get nothing from the silver suit and whatever disciplinary action he get from the NFL, he serves it, and he comes out with a full-fledged statement, it's gonna make so many people look bad.
Yeah, well, but I know
So
one person that's looking real good right now, and that's that goddamn Don Staley. Congratulations.
oh
Uh,
yeah, man.
I am a Don Staley, fan. We played against one another in college. Respect her as a woman. I respect her as a player. Respect her as a competitor. I don't give a damn about South Carolina Gamecocks.
Yeah.
It's Clemson University all the way over here. Hey,
I
don't get it twisted. This is about Don Staley winning her second title. Hats off.
I I
Go
I've
go
been
Don.
watching Dawn Staley for so long. Back in the day when she played, I thought she was her. Oh man, I used to watch her. Shamika Holesclaw at Tennessee, Cheryl Swoops at Texas A&M. I used to watch them all, and I'm so amazed about what Don Staley has done for the University of South Carolina. Like, I'm not a University of South Carolina. I know my brother-in-law, he happy because he likes South Carolina, but just to see her take down UConn, when anytime somebody beats UConn, it makes my day. And
Well, that wasn't
I'm
just
I
any takedown. He was 11
no
and 0. He was 11
yeah
and 0 in national championship game.
yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, he's never lost in national championship game, but he lost before.
right.
But just to see Don Staley beat them down, what I'm saying, in a title game, it was
The
beautiful
defense was
because
stifling.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
You know,
she got something winning her second national championship. I mean, it's remarkable what she's doing for the university, and especially as a black woman over there. Put it on map. I'm telling you, I I know a lot of people don't watch WWE, but I just had to say this just to see three black women on the grandest stage or WrestleMania win championship. Bianca Belair, this is her second straight year winning the title at WrestleMania. Last year, her and Sasha Banks hosted the main event. Well, they was the main event at night one. Then for Sasha and this young lady, Bianca and Naomi to win titles, just to show a whole broad of what black excellence is starting to do in certain light of stuff, especially in sports. Um, I I mean, I don't. If Hubert Davis nails this tonight, which I'm picking him to win, man, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful.
Well, the reality is, because I like to go inside the numbers and talk stats and facts, and this is not going to be easy for North
Mm-hmm.
Carolina by no
Mm-hmm.
means. Um, you know, man, these cats are big.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're athletic. Um, they don't miss free throws. Um, very fundamentally sound, and North Carolina has a lot of youth. K Love came off the bench and was just like, nobody can hold me, not tonight. But he's young. Will he be able to
Mm-hmm.
come back tonight? Because he's going to need a 20, 25, 30 point night in
If
order for them to have a
I
chance.
think if they could get, I don't know the tall guy for Kansas, the black guy, if they could get him in foul trouble early, that'll change the game a whole lot for North Carolina
Well, that's what I'm telling
because
you. I don't have you watched this team? You must just be saying that. You must ain't watched Kansas all year. They're deep.
no,
Like,
I no
but that's what I'm
they
saying. No, it ain't gonna
I
matter, man. They have to. They're gonna have to
they have
bring
a
it.
because I watched them when they played Miami in the what they was in the Elite Eight I think a week ago, and I didn't even know because I don't follow them Kansas like that.
Yeah, you
My
didn't watch
my
Miami and
oldest,
Kansas. You watched Kansas because
yeah.
Miami clearly didn't show up.
Well, they didn't show up in the second half. They showed up in the first half, but
you
they
know.
didn't show up. The second half was a total different game because Kansas just came out and just took, I mean, they just ran away with it. I'm like, oh my god! But I didn't know how deep their bench was until I saw in that game. I was like, these cats is big and deep, and this is what I keep saying in pro basketball. If you don't have a deep bench, you cannot make significant run. And this is where, because I'm a huge Chicago Bull fan, and I keep telling a lot of fans, I say we don't have a deep bench and we don't have bench scoring. We to complement with our defense. And I say if you don't have a deep bench, I don't care what round of the playoffs you in or who you play, you can't just roll up in there with 9 men. Because I think I was watching they was talking about Kansas and North Carolina earlier, and they was saying that how Hubert Davis only runs like 6 deep, and I was like, that's not gonna cut it, because if Kansas that deep, they could put a whole other 5 out there and just run you crazy, and you just be tired.
Well, let
So
me. I have to, as Rashad Ritchie would say, let me opine. Let me opine. You're saying that their rotation, that he only goes 6 or 7 deep, right?
mm-hmm.
That, and you're saying that that's not going to get it done. But here we are. They have made it to the national championship game with that rotation.
Yeah,
Most college teams are not. It's only you know eight. It's only 8 players that's usually in the rotation at all. And
mm-hmm.
then if one of those three that comes off the bench get a little shaky, you're only going to be about 2 deep in the bench. That's not really that
Mm-hmm.
uncommon. That's why
Yeah,
what makes Kansas crazy is because they are uncommon with their deepness.
mm-hmm.
But those like Hubert Davis, he's old school. You know, we're not going to lose because we're out of shape. And most of those guys who played the whole game, and they don't look like they're fatigued.
Yeah.
But any given night, anybody can be beat.
Well, I'm going for North Carolina anyway, regardless of what the odds against them, because hey, I have been watching sports for years, and I have seen odds have been
Right.
upset. So, therefore, anything can happen because the same way North Carolina touched the floor, same way Kansas got to touch the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Them
Because
shorts
once
get put
that
on the same way, brother.
exactly, because once that ball is up in the air, it's go time. They
It's
ain't.
go
I
time.
don't get because you might be deep, but you gonna have to still play. So, and I would love, and for his first year, Hubert Davis' first year, I would love it. I would love it. Him, Don Stanley, the same year, I would love it. You know what I'm saying? I would love it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And because really, when you looked at how North Carolina started out, and people were starting to panic around because UNC is
Mm-hmm.
it's a tradition. They have basketball rich tradition, and but when you have a new coach, a new system, it may take a while for that to gel, and it really looks like
Mm-hmm.
they have figured things out at the right time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Uh, I because I just think that they just ended just being too much for Duke.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah. Duke got overwhelmed, man.
put down Coach
I, I,
K.
I, I didn't even expect them. I didn't expect Duke to make it to the Final Four either. I was like, I just didn't see it. But I gave them because I'm not a huge Duke fan. I gave it merit
Why
because
you
of
why
Coach
you didn't
Case.
think why you didn't think they were gonna make the Final Four?
I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't think that. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you why
honestly,
you. I'm gonna tell you why you think that. You think that because you haven't really been keeping up with the NCAA tournament. Duke men's basketball team gets put in that sorry, tender, shot out, weak ass bracket, uh,
yeah.
and they have a cakewalk
Now
practically every year.
it's been some times they got put in them easy brackets and got knocked out.
Yeah, we can count
It's not
on one.
it's not been
We
a
can count
lot,
on
but
one
yeah.
hand, and two fingers.
But
When you look at,
I think
they've been more successful in
yeah,
that weak ass bracket than not.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying
Yeah,
because I wasn't surprised. I'm never surprised when they're there because
yeah.
I mean it's the same thing with UConn back in the
Mm-hmm.
day because this led to a lot of controversy with UConn Tennessee where because during my time they always hosted the East Regionals,
Mm-hmm.
and when you never have to travel, never ever have to travel, and you're playing teams that's coming off the road literally,
Yeah.
you really do have an advantage. And the only thing I'm saying is, and then they put them in these cakewalk, I mean, just pure cupcake brackets where
Yeah.
they don't see competition until they get
Later
to the
round.
final four, you
Yeah.
know. And so I'm just saying
So
it's not the kids' fault, but
yeah.
excuse me, they had to do
But
away with a lot of that mess.
yeah,
You
they
know,
definitely they gotta. I mean, that's why like when I was like when I saw Miami, I mean not Miami, but North Carolina matched up with Duke, I said, "Oh, that's gonna be a classic right there." I
it's a
said
good
North
game.
Carolina will win. I said North Carolina will win it. But I was kind of nervous. I said, well, this Coach K last year. I said, man, weird stuff has happened. So I was like, but I was glad North Carolina knocked them out. Now they just gotta slay Goliath.
Now let me ask you this question: like, do you shoot the round ball?
Yeah, I used to. Not as much, like not back in the day. I was more of a football head before I started getting into basketball. But then once I transitioned over, I
Can
was,
you beat me in 1-on-1? That's what I'm trying to get to. Do you think if we stepped out there, can you take me down?
yeah. I mean, my confidence is high. I ain't never gonna say I'm let somebody else gonna beat me. I'm never gonna say that. Yeah,
Even with that badass ankle?
guess what? When it's go time,
Like, do
I'm
you
not gonna be
you
like
really think
I could be.
you really
I
think
could be
with a
like
bad
LeBron.
ankle, with a badass ankle, that you gonna come out there on the court and just wax me up? You really think that?
Oh yeah, I think I could. Hey, I ain't gonna be LeBron sitting on the sideline looking all pretty with a bad hairline.
You
Oh
know,
man.
but hey, another time, another place, when I see your face, just let
Oh
me
yeah,
know.
that's okay.
Just just let me know. Just let me
Uh,
know.
hey, you know, we, you know, I
But
don't, I
your
don't,
prediction, your prediction is you're saying we're both going with quote unquote the underdog. We both going
yeah,
with Black history. We're gonna
yeah,
have some
I,
extreme Black history tonight.
yeah.
I'm pulling for Hugh.
I, I'm going for Hugh. I want to see him. You know what I'm saying? Just like I root for, Jawan Howard over there and Penny Hardaway in Memphis. I root for them boys. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them do good, and I want to see Hugh Davis, bring, because like they even though I don't like Stephen A. Smith, but he had a good excellent point. He said Hubert Davis wins this tonight, even though the recruiting is good. The recruiting is going to be off the roof. It's going to be off the roof
One of
because
my friends, this guy Ghost. I asked him. I said, "Yo, so who you think gonna win, Duke, North Carolina?" And he says, "Duke." I say, "Why?" And he says, "I just think that those guys are gonna play extra hard because Coach K, is retiring, and they want to send him off, as a
mm-hmm.
champion." And I said, "But let me tell you why. Let me tell you why North Carolina." I said, "If those referees just let them play, keep it even, North Carolina, will win because there's no greater force than when you
Mm-hmm.
take a bunch of African Americans and you tell them they're not supposed to be there." Because there was a lot of controversy around why Hubert Davis,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because he's also, has there been a black head coach in North Carolina? Right. He's not supposed to be coaching at that school, right?
Mm-hmm.
you know, and everything that he wasn't supposed to do this season, he's been doing. And I guarantee you, those players will play harder than anything that Coach K's players could ever muster up. And that's what you say.
Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
And do you think Hubert Davis would have got the job if his wife was black?
I don't think it had anything to do, with his wife, because he's not the only one that's black. I think that I think Roy Williams really helped and pushed
I
for
I was just about to say that.
because uh, he deserves a chance. I think Roy understood it was Coach K. They understand it's time for them to retire. These
Mm-hmm.
kids respond to younger. You know, if you
Mm-hmm.
notice, he doesn't get credit for it, but people have been trying to model Dabo Sweeney in terms of his energy, his spirit, his ability
Mm-hmm.
to relate, meet these kids where they are, and
Man,
so they need some young
I,
blood in there.
and that's why I love Mario Cristobal for what he's bringing to the University of Miami, because him and Dabo personality is alike. Because Dabo, he gets in there, he jokes with them, he's firm with them, he dances with them, and he get his cocky confidence gives them cocky confidence. When Clemson come out there, there's not like I don't care what team it is on that field. Clemson knows that they could be anybody. It don't matter if it's Alabama, Georgia, Texas,
We
Oklahoma,
believe that we can. That's for sure.
and then you have to have a coach like that, and that's why I'm so glad that Mario is there, because I know this year his first year, but I see this energy from him and feel it through all the coaches that he has hired and he brought in, and the players is brought into it, and I could see it just being like, man, it's good to see that, and because you have to have somebody to relate to these young players, and if you don't, that's why that's why when I watch the NBA now, the NBA is getting younger and younger, and you're gonna have to have younger coaches to relate to these players, because older coaches can't do it. Everybody can't be a Greg Popovich. Everybody can't be a Nick Saban. Everybody can't be a Dabble, no Jimbo Fisher, all of these guys that know how to bring it with these young talent. And so, and you, we and me and you, as me and you already know, we've seen it in the NFL with Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, and all these younger coaches. Look at what Bruce Arians did for Todd Bowles in Tampa, and put him in a position to take over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a black coach. So it's good. It's good to see it. The transition, it's still a lot of areas in certain sports need work, but hey, that's a topic for another day. So, but definitely,
one thing that it's talked about extensively when these players leave our program, they talk about the relationships. They talk about the Dabo. Yeah, he's hard nosed. He's not playing the radio, but I know that he loves me. I know that he genuinely loves and care about me. And I tell anybody this: if you come from a praying family, when Dabo Sweeney go in that living room to sit down to convince you to sign that scholarship, when he starts putting them scriptures out there, the parents gonna be like, that's how we got Travis Etienne. His parents was like, you got to go here. But like I've always said, that's not anything new. That was no different than my coach, at Clemson. No different than the football team. All of that was going on. I mean, we had Ken Hatfield, for crying out loud. He was, Jesus' second cousin. He didn't even allow the guys to curse. But I'm saying that to say this. Most of the guys that I've ever talked to that played for Alabama, they all, and the ones that I've talked to, they're like, nobody really liked playing for Saban. But Saban doesn't come off to me like, he comes off to me like he's supposed to care and he says the right things or whatever, but does he really give a damn about you as the person? He doesn't come off like that, but he might. And then Bryce, what you think about? I thought it was fake news. The quarterback is
Oh yeah. You know what? I even had a chance to touch on that last week.
Well, I was waiting on you to hit me up because I just knew you was going live with that.
I'm shocked that Bryce Young wants to transfer after just winning a Heisman and playing in the national championship. I was like, and that's the first thing I said.
Well, you forget, but you forget he won one already too.
Yeah, and I'm saying it's something going on there in Alabama. I say because for him to want out just like that, it's crazy. It is crazy for him to want out and going in the transfer portal like that. I don't even know where he's gonna go. He might go play for Dion.
Well, I mean, I do know clearly that the University of Miami needs a quarterback. So with any luck, he'll come to you guys.
Well,
tell me I'm wrong.
No, because we got Tyler Van Dyke, and Tyler ain't no slouch. I seen this.
He ain't no slouch, but he ain't no damn Bryce Young.
I don't see Cristobal bringing him in because Tyler Van Dyke what he has done under the circumstance with Manny Diaz last year to put himself in a position to like be the guy this year. I don't see Bryce Young transferring there and just being behind Tyler Van Dyke. All what I'm saying? Now, because you think about it, Bryce Young he's projected to be the number 1 pick next year in the draft. So wherever he go, he has to start immediately. I just don't see him coming to Miami and starting for 1 year and leaving, and then we have to shift back to another quarterback. I just don't see it. I don't see that.
Well, they think if they believe he can make the difference between getting to a national championship and not, yes, they will. That's why Kelly Bryant was benched for Trevor. We need him to play right now because where we trying to get to. Now, I call it like I see it, stats and facts. Okay. Now, Tyler Van Dyke, right?
TBD.
Now, is this the same guy that the only reason that he got out there is because King got hurt?
Yeah, it was him and Jake Garcia last year that battled for
Okay, but that's my
battle,
point. That's my point.
but
If you
he
can't beat the man, if you can't beat the man out, then maybe you're
but
not really that dude. You only playing because
but
if King hadn't got hurt, who's going to be playing?
but when he got the opportunity,
You didn't answer my question.
But we knew Jake.
So you're going to come on my show, but you ain't going to answer the question?
Give me a second. When Tyler, you're right. If King didn't get hurt, we probably wouldn't have seen them guys play. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, King got hurt. And also, I'm gonna touch on Derek King in a minute because I like what he's doing in the combine right now. He's planning on switching positions to wide receiver. He's wanted to be quarterback, but he's willing to switch.
He's not gonna make it as a quarterback.
Yeah, I think a wide receiver or half, one of those screen halfbacks or punt returner, he'll be good. But anyway, I get back to
Debo Samuel's got everybody thinking that they can, they can be running backs, quarterbacks, and stuff.
Everybody like,
receivers.
Boy, they be like, oh, he could be the next Debo Samuel. I was like, oh, look, Debo's special. Ain't nobody like Debo. I mean, you're gonna have to put in some work to be Debo. When Tyler Van Dyke came in, I mean, he did what he's supposed to do. He won games for Miami, tough games, and under the circumstances that he solidified. Now, like I say, if Bryce Young come in and Mario say, hey, he's going to be the guy, then I'm not going to argue with it. If it's get us to a championship, I'm fine. But I love Tyler Van Dyke. I've been rooting for him all year because everybody was like, oh, Jake Garcia is that guy. And I seen Tyler Van Dyke. I seen this guy. He has the height. He has the poise. He can make the throw. He has a strong arm. He remind me of so much of Josh Allen when Josh Allen was in college. And I say Washington should have drafted Josh Allen. I saw Josh Allen a lot, and I knew what Josh Allen could bring to the table. He reminds me, Tyler Van Dyke reminds me of Josh Allen, and he reminds me of Tom Brady. It's certain people has that it factor. You know what I'm saying? You could always go with the wow factor, but some people just have that it, and I just think Tyler Van Dyke has that. And I just think
he has the it factor, but it had to get out there because another cat got hurt. I ain't buying it. I'm sorry.
But hey, look what happened with Tom Brady.
Kelly Bryant had the it. Kelly Bryant had the it factor, but Trevor Lawrence had the goddamn factor.
Exactly. But same thing with Tom Brady. When Drew Bledsoe got hurt, Tom Brady got his chance. We wouldn't have never known Tom Brady or Drew Bledsoe never got hurt. But it happens that way in sports. It happens that way, you know. But I mean, maybe Clemson might get him. Who knows?
No,
maybe Clemson.
Nah, Kubiak. We got Kubiak because I think Kubiak gonna beat out DJ Ugagalele.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I wouldn't be surprised. I know that DJ, no question that he can play. He just got to get his mental to come along with his physical.
What's the dude name from Oklahoma? He left and went to USC, the coach. What's the guy name? Shoot, I can't remember his name. Not Lane Kiffin. Dang, what's the dude name? Lincoln Riley.
Yes.
Maybe he might go there to USC.
Well, no, remember your guy, Williams.
Oh yeah. Caleb Williams, yeah.
Yeah. You know, so which was trash. There's been a lot of tampering. I noticed how the NCAA has looked the other way with a whole lot that went on with that. And then my guy, Brent Venables, you know, he come in there like honest Abe. And unfortunately, he might have to, get a little crooked. You know, he might have to get a little crooked to keep pace. You know,
it'd be interesting to see where Bryce Young go at, though.
You know, but once again, thank you, as always, for tuning in. to
Oh,
Sports-A-Delic, and I
anytime,
like
anytime.
and good sports banter to me is when we don't agree on everything.
Oh
So,
yeah,
and that's
definitely.
okay. And so that works well. But as always, anytime that you want me to come on there, because like I said, it's all kind of breaking news. Like I said,
I,
To is coming out of
I
retirement,
know.
trying to get some money.
T.O. must want to go sign with the Browns.
But that's why he should have took his ass on to the Hall of Fame and just
Mm-hmm.
just get along and play along.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see because with all this going on with these owners and the fallout from Deshaun Watson,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Um,
And then this
I
crap
know
going on with Colin Kaepernick in Michigan. I don't know what this is about.
somebody said that if Jim Harbaugh had took that job at in Minnesota, that he would have Colin Kaepernick would have been back in the league. I don't know for sure,
Probably. Let's face
but
it. Let's face it. He look at what all the fallout and all the good things and all the highlighted. And I respect Roger Goodell for coming out saying we were wrong. We
mm-hmm,
were wrong to look at the Colin Kaepernick situation the way that we did, and we have to do better. And
mm-hmm,
veterans, some of these veterans, combat veterans, that lost limbs, lost
mm-hmm,
their eyes and shit. Hey, we fought for him to be able to take a knee. If he want
mm-hmm,
to take a knee for injustice, because that's what he talked about, the the police brutality, the
mm-hmm.
homelessness with veterans. You want to talk about, we're so great. Well, why we treat our people so bad? That's why he was
Exactly.
taking a knee.
And
Bottom line.
well, if Roger Goodell want to do the right thing, he need to do something about Daniel Snyder.
Please come out. Well, I think he didn't throw up his hands. He's like he on his own. Whatever Congress and everybody do to your ass, then so be it. It reaches a point where you can't protect him anymore.
Exactly. And it's ridiculous. It's like, okay, they came out and said, well, they're looking into financial structure, saying that I didn't know all the owners supposed to like whatever they get from certain revenue, they split it between everybody and everything. Say
Yeah,
that
they do.
he wasn't paying his 40% of it, and somebody blew the whistle on him. I was like, man. Then last week it came
Daniel
out say
Snyder.
it said that he kept two financial books, so Congress looking into that. And I was like, man, come on. And I said, this is why Alex Smith came out last week and said what he said. You know what I'm saying? Because he says the function from the top to the bottom. And it's like, you can't expect for players to go on the field and still play at a high performance when there's so much distraction. It shouldn't be that way.
And then
These
you can't
players should be
expect for guys to come there.
exactly. And like, so, but I because somebody said, well, if something does happen to Daniel Snyder and he has to sell a team, somebody said, be prepared for the team to relocate. I said, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised at
Well,
all.
yeah, because
I did
he's tainted the whole damn city.
well, I did a video. I'm gonna share it with you. I did a video about somebody did a column about Washington moving from the East Coast to the West Coast to Tacoma, Washington, and I'm gonna share it to you. And I think I put the video link of that article in the description. So I'm gonna send it to you so you could check it out and everything, because
Please do.
nobody talked about it, and I think that's something that is because everybody's talking about, well, for them to get a new stadium in Virginia, but I still don't think that's going to happen. I still think it's a possibility that team could end up relocating out of that whole area altogether. So,
You know
but I
what I want to
definitely will.
see? You know what I would love to see? I
What's
would
that?
really love for them to just go on back and renovate, RFK. That'd be all right with me. Those were the true glory years. Something about
What?
that stadium. And I
Man,
also want them to stop bullshitting and put London Fletcher in the Hall of Fame.
yeah, they need to quit playing now. They need to quit
Yeah.
playing with London. I mean, come on. We got too many Redskins that need to be in the Hall of Fame right now. Too many.
You know, it always takes our guys forever and ever and ever. I mean, Art Monk forever, Darryl Green forever, ever, ever, ever. You know, but
Yeah,
it's all good. Like I said, thank you for tuning in once again. Definitely be
absolutely.
back in touch. You know, we banter back and forth all the time,
Yes,
and
yes, yes, yes.
it never fails. It never fails. Right after we get off of here, there's going to be breaking news with something crazy, you
I
know, that
know.
happens. Right?
I know.
Yeah.
It's
So,
it's crazy. It's like it never fails. So,
right.
but until the next time, I salute. Go
Hey,
Commanders.
everybody, if you hadn't subscribed to Live Wire Sports, you need to do it because nobody uploads and put it out there, you know, on the regular, you know, quite like Martin, Martin, Martin.
You're the
And as
man.
always, please subscribe, like, and share, you know, Sports-A-Delic. Because over here, it's about sports and everything else.
That's right. Until the next time.
Until next
Peace.
time, be easy. Bye bye.